That is good banter. And away we go for another week. Timmy.
Good banter. Holy dooly. Well, this is, look, we like to be 100% transparent with all the banditos out there. It's the first time we've done this for a while. We are in a time machine. What's the date today?
The date is it's the 13th of May.
Yep, 13th of May.
Monday.
So May the 13th be with you. Because
you're in WA.
If you listen to this the day it comes out, I'm in WA.
Yeah, you're there.
I am over here in the past.
Wild, Wild West.
In the wild, wild West.
Yeah.
And so we had to record two in the 1-9. That's why we've just been out for a pasta.
I'm feeling a bit, I had a medium pizza. It was nice.
One of the most boring fucking menu choices by yourself I've ever... what'd you get, a margarita?
Nah, I'm not stooping that low, mate. I got a pepperoni.
Which is just a fucking margarita, isn't it?
It's a margarita with pepperoni.
Yeah,
I must admit, I was a little... Once I did it, even as she was taking the order, I was thinking... And we'll get into this.
Get into this fucking train wreck.
This train wreck. Fucking hell, did I put me foot in the shit.
God, anyway.
So
first things first,
even as
shit pizza selection.
There was nothing really. Yeah, it was pretty boring, but then I looked, I could have gone some mushroom, I could have gone a meat lovers.
They had so much choice.
That was the flattest fucking pizza I've ever had.
It's like they fucking took it out the backyard and just backed over it with the fucking truck before giving it, and it was
it tasted all right, but it wasn't really.
What's a Mexicana?
Nah, that's different.
Tropicana?
That's got more toppings. Tropicana's got the. That's sometimes they call it a Hawaiian, I think.
Well, they should have.
I had a
Tropicana
pepperoni.
Hawaiian?
Sometimes
a pepperoni's one up from a fucking garlic bread, I reckon. Like it shouldn't even be in the mains. It's like it's basically.
I pictured it. Sometimes you have those pepperoni pizzas where you see the pepperonis and the crust is risen. This was old school pizza shop. This was your cardboard pizza base. There was no flame wood fired pizza here.
No,
this was your old school, which I don't mind.
No, I quite like the old school.
I didn't mind it.
But yeah, no self-raising flour put in this base. It was just fucking flat as a butcher's dick.
Frisbeed the fucking thing.
It was flat as. I'll tell you what, it was as flat as I was after you asked the poor fucking.
All right,
lady.
So let's paint the picture. So we go to Morty Alec. We go down to Morty Alec. Things are buzzing in Morty Alec.
It's Monday night.
It's Monday night. Monday in Morty.
Yep.
And Rick and Morty. Anyway, so. Yeah, we found the pizza joint, and fair to say, it was early though. That was about 5 o'clock. We walked in, so it's not prime dinner time.
No.
But, there wasn't much happening in there.
And we had a choice. There were two pizza joints. One looked pretty fancy.
Yeah,
a bit of a wood fire feel to it.
You know what I did? I looked at the menu, and once I saw the pastas were over $30.
Yeah, they can stick that up there, bloody.
That up your ass.
Up their hairy Italian ass.
Patreon's going all right, but we can't be eating $35 pastas.
No, we're not made of
Imagine
money.
how much a pepperoni would have cost there.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been sold except pepperoni.
Okay, what are you doing, you dickhead?
So we chose sort of looked like the old mum and dad shop up there, a bit further out, but didn't quite have the prime real estate.
He had the grizzled features from smoking for 40 years.
Yep.
He had the, you could see he'd been working in the pizza shop for a while.
He was just looking out the window, putting cardboard pizza boxes together, just wondering about all the other career choices he could have made rather than spending 70-odd years fucking up pizzas like this guy's doing.
They weren't making their own pizza bases, these guys.
No. I ordered the pasta. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, so you had a bit of avocado on there.
Bit of avocado. Chicken, avocado, your fettuccine sort of vibe, lots of cream. It was stacked high. Yeah, I didn't mind it, but yeah, I saw your bloody...
Yeah, I could have gone... Yeah. To be honest, it wasn't a great choice. A great choice. And anyway, my topic of conversation with the lady who was taking our order wasn't a great choice either.
No, well, one thing people love about you, Evan, is you're up and about. You chat with anyone. You bloody ask strangers questions, and you want to get to know people and more about people. But I tell you what, that really fucking, it's not always a positive because this old duck that looked like.
She looked like my pizza.
Yeah.
She was fucking flat as.
Yeah, she was flat as a tack, except she had more fucking pepperoni on her face. She was, you could just tell life had been tough. Life had thrown her a few curveballs and she'd striked out a few times.
You know, and we make a bit of, we're men of the people.
Yep.
But, you know, if you're working in a pizza shop on a Monday,
yep,
maybe into your 60s,
yep.
60s.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, it's part-time. I don't know. Maybe it's a full-time thing. I don't know.
Maybe she's the owner.
Maybe she's the owner.
But she wasn't.
She wasn't, no.
And she looked, and I thought I looked at her and I thought she may be unwell.
Yeah, could be. She looked like, she wasn't moving that freely.
No.
She looked like she'd...
I reckon your pizza weighed more than it. She that's saying something because it had no toppings.
Had no toppings.
And it was flat as a fucking tack.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
she pumped it up though. She goes, there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, yep.
Don't fuck it up. And I
more
did.
About quantity over quality. That wasn't, mine was nice.
Yeah.
But she was about to walk away. Job done. Could have left it at that.
Was this after the order? When did I say that?
No, the order had been placed.
That's right.
She was walking off. She was done.
Didn't I say it when we started eating the pizza and the pasta?
Oh, yeah, you did too.
Yeah. So we ordered. We had a bit of a chat, but we didn't go too in depth. It was just, I'll have the shitty pepperoni, the worst pizza on the menu.
And she said, I remember you saying, can you only put, is it all right? So I know it's a strange request, but can you back over this fucking thing with a semi-trailer and if you could remove most of the salami and just have two on there.
That'd be good. That'd be good. So they came through, and it came out quick, and it's not a surprise because there were fucking no toppings on it.
No, nothing to prepare.
We got 2 cans of Coke because we thought we'll live outside.
Yep.
Well, we'll throw caution to the wind.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah, you need. We mentioned this. You need a Coke with pizza.
Yep. We've sort of had a bit of a, because both our partners at home and we're just out working. We had a real sort of Brokeback Mountain feel to us. Sort of whatever we did, they're not going to find out about it.
Cuddled up on the when you let's go when you go to a table of 2, and you know how sometimes the one against the wall's got the cushiony seat.
Yep.
Do you like the cushiony seat?
Oh, always the cushiony seat.
I knew you eyed that off. I like the cushiony seat.
Well, for 2 reasons.
Yes.
Well, it's cushiony.
That's true.
And the second reason, you get to look around at the rest of the restaurant, whereas you're just looking at me.
Yeah.
And a fucking brick wall behind me. I know what I'd rather be looking at, and it ain't me.
No.
Or a brick wall.
So I had the chair out with my back towards the rest of the restaurant. So
I
didn't have much to look at. So I thought I got to come up with some good conversation here. I'll chat to the old Dale who's working on a Monday night in Morty.
Yep.
And
you asked her a question.
Run us through it. You
asked a question. I reckon we were done. I reckon she'd given us the meal. We'd said, thank you. Oh, this looks good. Thank you. Yeah. She was about to walk away, and you said, you know what? I'll ask a question here. And you said, how was your mother's day? And then you sort of said, are you a mother?
Are you a mother?
And, well,
Jesus.
You could have asked her to give a step-by-step
blow by
blow thoughts on the film Schindler's List, and it would have been less depressing than her fucking answer.
Jesus, she didn't miss her fucking kids.
Well,
she said it was shit ass.
So
I go, all right, she could have stopped there.
And then you stayed positive. You're like, okay, yeah, no, what happened? So her kids basically. She does everything. Her son bloody comes home from work, all the washing done, meal
on the table.
She looked old.
She looked real old.
So how old are her kids?
I don't know.
She might have had a tough life.
She might have been 22. But anyway, no, the kids are grown up. My kids don't respect me. I do everything for them. They
take me for granted.
They take me for granted. She basically listed every negative thing about being a parent. And these kids sound like, she mentioned something about her kids. Her daughter's doing horse riding or something, so she's off bloody gallivanting.
Yep, and so she did all the running around, dropped them off at sport, did all this, and no one even gave her a card.
Yeah.
Not a card.
Not a fucking card. Maybe they're younger. Do you reckon they're younger?
Well, she must have been 70.
Oh,
No, 60?
No, I reckon maybe 60.
Yeah, 60.
60s.
But still.
Yeah.
How many kids when she's 60?
I don't know.
No, it could be any age.
Yeah,
But then she said, as if that wasn't bad enough, then I was just thinking,
as soon as I said, I knew asking how the Mother's Day thing,
it was bad.
That was opening up a can of worms that maybe I didn't have to open.
Yeah. But then, she said something. It was a bit muffled, and it was an odd thing to sort of get mixed up. I said, what did she say at the end? Because then she walked off all bummed out, and then we said, either she said, I live in my car, or I've got cancer. And she said, I reckon she said, I've got cancer. I'm doing it right now, but I'm not going to be alive forever. You don't follow, I live in my car. I'm doing it right now, but I'm not going to live forever.
Yeah, that's
And then
true.
she said, I'm not going to live forever. And what'll they do then? Jeez, it was a tough fucking conversation.
Yeah, jeez, it made that first bite of the pizza fucking really depressing.
I just couldn't help but thinking, Evan's sometimes just got to, you don't have to chat with everyone.
No, you just got to pick your battles.
Sometimes it just
filter your questions.
Just,
maybe do your top 5 and maybe throw. If you had a good Mother's Day, put that down the bottom of the pile.
Put that down the bottom.
Scrap that for a while. Because it's like saying you got married, and then someone goes, because we get it. You go, you're having kids. Have you got kids?
Yep.
It's sort of like she looked motherly. So I thought
she looked motherly.
Well,
she looked like she's been to hell and back.
Well, that's motherly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, kids are like hers.
Yeah, I think
kids are the little devil spawn.
Yeah, just something to remember. Just when someone looks like they've been through a living hell, life's tough. They look sick and they're about to break down. Just don't ask them how their family life's going.
No.
Just say, look, what's on the sweets menu?
Yeah.
Would have been an easier conversation. Anyway, you live and you learn, Evan.
You learn. So we made it through. But she's on the way out. She seemed pretty sprightly.
Was that her?
Yeah,
I couldn't see it.
She was down in the cupboard.
I heard her voice.
I think she had her head in the oven with the gas turned on.
God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, well, she's in a better place because her family is 50 shades of fucked.
Yeah.
So if you're out there, kids, and you bloody just treat your mothers well, for the love of God.
And your fathers.
Because a mother's love is unconditional, but I must admit, a dad's love's not always unconditional.
Yeah, they can piss off.
We were saying
quickly.
You could treat your mother like absolute shit, and mothers will still love you.
They do.
Whereas I reckon a dad will be like, I reckon my son's a little cockhead.
Yeah, he's a fuckwit.
He'll turn. And look, he'll love you for a long time, but not many mums walk out.
It seemed like there was more friction. Like I had a lot of friction with Dad. Not that it was just because I was growing up and I was probably not doing the things that he wanted me to do, and yeah, like that friction between like 16 to fucking 41. I'm 42.
I think for mums, the love's more important than the discipline. Although mums do the discipline.
Yeah, they do.
So that's got me fucked.
Dad did the discipline with us. Mum disciplined us once, though. I think I might have mentioned this, where she told me off and I gave her the finger.
Serious?
Behind her back. And, there was a mirror down the hallway.
She saw it?
She saw it. And
you're a fucking idiot.
She fucking disciplined me that time. I'll give you the tip.
Oh, did you shit yourself when she turned
around? Oh, yeah, because Mum, when your mum cracks, it's like, whew. Yeah, this is we're going to a new level here.
Yeah.
Dad cracked all the time, and it was scary.
But you'd seen it before.
I'd seen it before.
Yeah.
It almost became the boy who cried wolf.
He's not going to hit me.
He's not going to hit me, and he hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it was always scary with Dad, but then Mum, when she cracks and really came charging after, you go, we're in trouble here.
Yeah.
When you see your mum break down, that's no good either. See your mum cry.
No, you don't want to make your mum cry. That's not great. Mum slapped me once. On the bum.
Ooh.
And she came up about 10 minutes later and said, she said sorry, and she said,
like that?
"Did it hurt?" And I said, "No, to be honest, it didn't really hurt."
Right.
And she was happy.
Can you put some pants on, Tom?
No wooden
Give it to
spoon.
me again. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So look, just be good to your parents out there. They're doing their best.
They're trying. They're trying.
All right. What do you want to bloody talk about?
Well, this might grab you. It might not, but I'll run through it and see. So we're talking about the weekend just gone, which obviously
is fortnight ago now.
Fortnight ago.
Yep.
But I've got a free weekend.
Freewheeling.
I'm freewheeling and dealing because a gig. The great Des Dowling had me booked for a gig at the Prahran Football Club, and I quickly found out about 2 weeks before the gig. So I did a gig with Oaksy and the Nelson twins, and I said, Oaksy started talking about the Prahran Football Club gig on the 25th of June or something. I said, fucking Prahran Football Club,
I'm doing that.
on the 11th of May. Maybe it's a different Prahran Football Club. And then the twins were meant to be doing it, and they go, oh, no, we're not doing that gig on the 11th of May. Maybe you better ring Des. So I text Des.
They're the two Blues, so maybe there's two teams.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. But I thought it seems pretty similar. Like Des booked me for a Prahran gig.
Yep.
And Oaksy's been booked by Des for a Prahran gig on a different date. All right, what's going on here?
Alarm bells are ringing.
So long story short, ixo facto, bloody text Des, that gig got cancelled. Sorry about that. I'll try and get you another gig for another time. I said, don't worry about it, mate.
So it didn't get cancelled at all.
It got postponed, and he forgot to tell me.
And he booked other people.
So he should be on the top of my shit list.
Yeah,
He's getting a bit forgetful like that, Desi.
He's a busy man.
Yeah, I think his priorities have
Got to
changed.
get himself a diary.
Yeah,
No, he's a good man, delicate.
He's a good man. So no, he's got me. I'm doing a gig on the. I'm all fucked up now. So anyway, so I don't have the gig on the 11th. That's a short way of saying I probably didn't need to put all that shit in there.
No,
but I've got a gig on the 10th. So Friday the 10th of May, I'm doing a gig in Richmond.
Yep.
With you were meant to be doing that, but obviously had the commitments you had to do. Jared Goundry, Sonia Diorio, Marty Fields, and
hey there, Delorio.
Hey there,
Delorio. What's it like in New York City?
Woo-hoo. Anyway, so what's happened during the week is a bloke I used to play football with at Port Melbourne Football Club.
Mm.
This is years ago. I played there 2001, 2002, mainly twos.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
By mainly, you mean
all
only.
twos. Yeah. I mean, I played a few practice games. It was emergency a couple of times. That doesn't really count.
No.
So I'm playing in the Magoos at Port Melbourne. But a few years ago, I started a little Port Melbourne group to see if we... Because there's a lot of guys. It was a great time of my life.
Yep.
It was when I was 18, 19, into my 20s, like basically just 20. Really, those formative years of first time sort of playing proper senior football, even though it's just twos. But really good times. And so I thought, we'll try and get a catch-up. I started it back before COVID, and no one's really caught up.
No, it didn't catch on.
No, everyone goes, fuck off, Evo. We didn't like you.
We were playing twos. It's sort of a part of our life that we're trying to put behind us, whereas you're hanging on to this like it's the greatest time of your fucking life.
I know.
Like playing twos at Port was your
career
highlight. But for them, it was probably a bit of a downer.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you were.
Anyway, so, so I'd sort of started this group and bloody good man, Brett Rose.
What's that? What's that?
No, Facebook Messenger.
Okay,
Facebook Messenger. So you can sort of see when everyone sees stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Anyway, so bing, bing, this little message probably about a week and a half ago before the Friday night pops in from Brett Rose, who he was on Sydney's list back in the 90s.
Yep.
He captained Port Melbourne for 5 years.
In the seniors?
Jesus. Fucking good player.
Every rose has his thorn.
Oh, yeah. He's the man. So he popped up and he said, G'day, fellas. There's in the group chat of a few of us, or mainly all us guys who played twos. He goes, mate, we're having a past players day at the Port Melbourne Football Club on Friday, the 10th of May. Yep. Mate, game starts at 7:45. We'll catch up beforehand at 6:30.
So you have to catch up.
What's that?
Oh, because your past players day before the seniors past players day? Or like, is there a reserves past players day?
Yeah, it's different.
And then the seniors come in and have their past players day?
The great thing about Rosie is he didn't see ones and twos.
No, he didn't see the twos because he was out playing footy.
No, that's right.
He was getting his team ready.
He was still getting his ankles strapped and all that shit. He didn't know who the twos were.
Yeah, so for him it was a club.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he was the captain.
Oh, that's it, mate.
Yeah.
That's it. So, and he goes, it's obviously everyone. It doesn't matter if you played twos or one. It's VFL football, mate. I played 2 years at the Port Melbourne Football Club. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's popped it out there, and in a Facebook Messenger, you can see everyone who bloody sees it. You can see the little faces pop up underneath. Yeah. So if I text you now through Facebook Messenger, say, "G'day, Tom, what are you doing?" I can see if you've seen it.
Fuck.
Yeah, so you're learning a lot of new stuff here, mate.
That's a worry.
That's right. That's why sometimes if you're busy, you don't want to get on Facebook Messenger and look at it when you're busy because then they go, he's seen that. He's avoiding me.
Because you don't have time to, you just want to, you need to see it when you got time to respond.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, anyway, so he's done that. All right. Friday the 10th of May, past Players Day. It'd be great. We'll catch up at 6:30. Then we'll watch the game. They've got a night game at 7:30.
Yep.
Let us know if you're keen. Fucking, there's about 20 heads pop up underneath. They've all seen it.
Nothing.
Oh. Donuts. The bloody rose between two thorns. He's put it out there.
Yep.
The great man. And anyway, I text because I go, you know what? I've got a gig in Richmond that night. I've got to pack up. I've got to put the gear. I've got to set the gear up. I've got to do the gear. I've got to pack the gear down. I might be a bit late. But I said, rose between two thorns. I've got a gig that night in Richmond. I'll see how I go. He says, mate, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the Northport Hotel afterwards.
Yep.
I'll keep you posted. I said, rose between two thorns. Brilliant. I'll keep you posted. And it's one of those things where, because it's easy to... No one else responded, by the way.
No, I'm getting that vibe.
I'm getting the vibe. So the poor rose between two thorns.
It's tough.
He's putting it out there and he's trying to create a bit of... Because VFL is very different. Different from club footy.
What's so different?
Well, you're sort of like... You're at the club, but it's not... Sometimes it doesn't feel like a full-on club.
Is it a little individual because everyone's... A lot of people... are dreaming of playing AFL.
And at the time when we played there, 01-02, they were aligned with the Sydney Swans.
Ah, yeah.
So the Sydney Swans would drop 9 or 10 players back each week. And then, so there's only, 8 or 12 spots or something.
It's hard to build a club culture off that, yeah.
That's right. But, we tried. It was a really great time. We enjoyed it.
So you're pretty much all playing twos.
There was a lot of twos players, mate. I'll give you the...
I'll tell you why they're struggling to get a bloody past players game. There were no fucking past players.
Sometimes...
They're Sydney Swans.
Sometimes the shit Sydney players are playing the twos. I said, what do you want, boys?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like the rookies and stuff would play in the twos.
But who had more say? The coach of Port or the Sydney Swans coach?
Oh, pretty much Sydney Swans.
So the Sydney Swans coach is telling Port to play them in the twos.
Yeah, or whatever. Or they've got to go, you got to play so-and-so in the ones. They go, well, I don't think he really can play in the ones. Because sometimes the rookies, they're not up to senior football, but Sydney want them to play in the ones. So they go, no, you've got to play old screw-and dog who fucking can't get a kick in the ones. So then... a ones player drops back to the twos. It was
it's tough.
It was tough to build that culture. I thought it just as a kid though. I'm just absorbing. I'm soaking it up. Yeah. So anyway, I'm doing the gig, and no one's responded. Yep. So I feel for old Rose and rose between the thorns, and
this goes back to my theory.
Yep.
Every person should have to do everything once. It's like everyone should have to be on a social committee once.
Yeah.
Every person should have to organise a past players function once. Everyone should have to be a plumber once. Everyone should do everything once, even just for a day.
Yeah.
So then you'd appreciate what other people, in this case, Rose Dog Millionaire, are going through. Because I can guarantee if everyone in that group chat had been on a social committee or at some stage in their life had attempted to organise a past players page, they'd see it come up and they'd go, you know what? Even if I can't go, I'll write something because I know it's a fucking prick of a job.
Yeah.
And you don't like sitting there not knowing if people are coming.
Like, you know what? He didn't have to do this, Rosie. And I don't think he was actually organising the function, but I think people have sort of got together and go, let's see if we can get some guys from that era.
Yeah, it's called delegating. Maybe, you get, instead of just trying to sell 110, 200 tickets or 100 tickets, which is a nightmare, let's just get 10 group leaders and they've got to they've got to get a total of 10 together. Doesn't look as daunting.
No, but I guess that's the thing as well. Like, some people would have maybe thought Rosie, when he was the captain, he didn't speak to me. I was in the twos, he didn't speak to me. So I got on well with the Rose Dog. And,
look who's come crawling back now.
Yeah.
That he wants to sell some tickets to the past players.
Maybe. It wasn't even tickets. It was just getting there and having a couple of beers. Like, they put beers on for people. Anyway, so
it could be Rosie's fault.
It could.
Does Rosie listen?
No, I don't think so. How would it be his fault?
Well, he didn't talk to the twos players.
Maybe, but he spoke to me.
Yeah.
But you know how some twos play, they get their backup?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, you know what? So I'm at the gig and I said, it's sort of finished by about, we cut it down to 2 brackets. And I thought, you know what? I was staying at my sister's joint anyway in Strathmore Heights because I'm going to go watch my niece play netball in the morning.
If you need.
Yeah. If you need, I'm here if you need. Rosie, I'm here if you need. So I packed the gear up and you thought, you know what? It would be very easy of me to just go to my sister's joint, not even drop in and go, fuck, sorry, mate, I couldn't make it.
But that's not you.
That's not me, because I thought, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I'm probably not going to know that many people.
No.
And I only played twos football. They're going to go, who the fuck?
Did you?
Who the fuck? Yeah, have I mentioned that? You've mentioned it 10 times. So is it going to be a thing where you turn up and is there going to be a little bit of a, what year did you play? Who'd you play with? Did you play any ones footy? Did you win a... Go, no, I played twos.
Played twos. But you had a little... You were sitting on a little nugget of gold. They were, twos footy. Playing a flag? No. But then we were like, you may remember someone pissing on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, are you the Evan? You old bloody...
me.
You old piss turf bloody hot dog, are you?
That's it. Yeah, anyone who hasn't caught that story, any new listeners, I got fined for urinating on the... Maybe that's a Patreon episode. We won't go into it.
You went to the AFL Tribunal.
I did. And, had to go to the MCG.
Fuck yeah.
Which, I should have soaked that up a bit more because I wouldn't have gone there for any other reason. Definitely not to play football.
I'm picturing you turning up to this past players day all excited, and it's just that big grandstand at Port. You look up and it's empty and just little Rosie sitting up in the back by himself having a mid-strength. Just thinking to himself, maybe I should have bloody chatted to a few of the younger boys.
The thing is, it's not, Port. It's a rich history. So
it's extremely.
It's a big. It was their 150th year.
You would have to get at least 200 people there. I've done some functions there, and they're packed.
Yeah, well, I'll go into that later, but there's a luncheon later in the year. This is where we might start. So I said I jumped out of the gig. I said, you know what?
What?
I'm going to know Rosie. I might not know anyone else.
No.
I'm not going to know anyone else. But I thought, fuck it. Rosie's put it on. I don't want to be that guy who said, I got a bit too hard. I didn't go. So I said, fuck this. I enjoyed my time playing twos at Port Melbourne. I'm going to go down there.
Good on you.
I'm going to do it. So I'm driving down there. Let's get down there. Let's have a few mids. I can go to my sister's joint. Anyway, I turn up. Everyone's walking out of the ground. The game's over. Yeah. Port Melbourne have won. But there's still the past players over the other side because you've done a gig in that function room, haven't you?
I've done quite a few gigs.
Yeah.
It's big room.
It is a big room. It's a big room. So I thought, fuck it. I'm going to ring Rosie. I've got his number here. He doesn't answer because he looked at my number and thought, fuck him, I don't want to talk to him.
No,
I texted him.
It had Evan twos written next to it.
Don't talk.
Big red alarm that flashes whenever a twos player rings. Do not answer. Do not answer. This guy played twos. This guy played twos.
Yes. So, anyway, send a text where as I'm texting, bang, the Rose dog. Rose between two Thorns. Rosie, how are you, mate? What's going on? Because I'm looking around. All of a sudden, these memories are flooding back of the little hill, the little concrete hill beneath the grandstand. I'm looking at the ground. I go, I can smell the bloody
urine.
I can smell the urine. I didn't piss there. I can smell the frost that I used to, the dew I used to kick off. Because it was late, it was a night game. So I go, this was more like me when I was Sunday morning, kicking off the dew for the ones.
You could smell the dog shit you guys would have to pick up in your warm-up because you had to get all the shit off before the seniors played.
Not let their dogs. You wouldn't get a dog on the bloody Port Melbourne ground. I'll give you the tip. Mate.
That'd be
that would be sacrilege. That'd be like shitting on the Vatican.
Yeah, getting someone to fucking finger paint on the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, you can't do that, mate.
No.
This was like the G. Of the VFL.
Yeah.
This is the ground. So all of a sudden,
the cauldron.
It was the Cauldron. The
Colosseum.
The Colosseum. I'm like, this is what I remember. I can smell it. I can sniff it. I can smell the Burger Burgers. They had a famous burger called the Burger Burger.
What was in that?
Yeah, just meat.
Kookaburra?
No, they're called the pork.
I know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. There was more in it than my fucking pizza tonight. Was on my pizza.
Probably a more upbeat person serving it too, I dare say. Wouldn't be asking them how their Mother's Day was.
There were old ladies there they were. Yeah. So anyway, he goes, mate, I'm over the other side at the bloody social rooms. Come over, mate. So I jump on the ground again. I start balking and weaving. I go, yeah, I remember my days.
Oh, this is the
playing
pocket.
at bloody 11 o'clock. This is my bloody go. And I'm walking over there and Rosie sees me. And I go, I think it's just Rosie from it. No one else is here that I know. No. So anyway, I go up. Because I haven't, with Facebook, you feel like you've, you know more about people.
Yeah, it can happen.
And then I started thinking, I don't reckon I would have seen Rosie since probably...
Since he turned your back on you when you got delisted.
That's right.
Since he started screening your calls.
Yeah. Rosie, come on, mate. Anyway, so I go up there and we go in and good to see you, mate. Bloody, he goes, mate, thanks for coming. I said, mate, I've got fucking no life. I've got nothing else to do. So we started having a couple of beers. Yep. I met another bloke I played with, Ryan McMahon, shooter.
Oh, shooter.
He played over 200 games.
For Port?
For Port. That's big in the VFL.
Oh, it's massive.
That's huge. So, anyway, and there's a few older blokes. There was actually a bloke who I'd met from Caulfield bloke, who coached down there.
Big Rhino.
Yes.
Giant, big.
2011.
Big coach. Big ruckman.
Yes.
Yeah, great guy. Lovely guy, Rhino.
He coached down there, I think.
Yeah.
2011.
But not the senior coach.
No, but he was around.
Like, lovely guy,
Rhino. You know what? I went in there, I'm chatting to Rosie, Rhino, and, other blokes who had played in premierships are coming up. I go, g'day, mate, Buddha. And they go, yeah,
you're the guy that pissed. Yeah,
that's me.
Did the piss.
Look at the photo there. But
just
having a really great chat.
Is your picture in the urinal?
Yeah. Everyone's got to, it's sort of like taking a knee. Everyone's got to take a knee. Yeah. Just for respect. Yeah.
And then they just, your big head, and they just piss into your head.
It's like, it's like the how there's a target sometimes in the bowl. Yeah, except it's just my head.
Yeah, as a sign of respect for the time you disgrace the league and your club by pissing on the field.
And my family. I'll give you the tip.
What'd your dad say about that?
Oh, he fucking wasn't happy.
Wasn't he?
Oh, no. Well, what happened
Your dad's got to chill out a bit, I reckon.
Well, he was down at Moorabuk at the time, and everyone's like, hey, Hocker, and they're all like on their buddy. So Jesus Christ. And that probably would have been when he would have been at one of his angriest points, I reckon.
So you're still at home?
I'm living at home. I'm 20 years old. I've got dreadlocks.
Yeah.
I'm not going out that much because we were playing a lot of Sunday games. I don't know why Dad was so angry at me.
There would have been worse kids than you, a lot worse.
Oh, mate, sometimes now.
You got done drink driving?
No, I never got done drink driving. I lost my licence.
Oh, for speeding.
Oh, I lost for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
Seatbelt speeding. Yeah, seatbelts. Yeah.
Not that hard to put on a fucking seatbelt.
Yeah, at the time, though.
Yeah, you got other stuff on.
I was in a rush.
You're a busy man.
I had to get down. Mate, I can't be running late to kick off the Jew at fucking Port Melbourne, mate.
Yeah, bloody dreadlocks don't roll themselves. You got to bloody put a bit of time into those every morning.
Yeah, I've got to get up. Got to get up an hour early and dry my hair.
Yeah.
Jesus. There were times with my dreadlocks where I'd have a shower in the morning. Mate, that'd be fucking wet for the whole day.
Ah, they're fucking horrendous things.
I
remember. I might have told this story before, but there was because when I was in Canada,
yeah,
we used to have to catch the bus to school and to and from school. Everyone caught the bus, like no one, just everyone caught the bus, and it was minus 17 in the middle of winter, pitch black.
Yeah.
Once it gets to minus 5, it makes no fucking difference.
No,
yeah, it's all wind chill after that. Like it could be minus 50, minus 5, not a great deal of difference.
It's freezing.
We've got nothing to back that up.
No.
If I ever was on minus 50, I would say,
it's
you know what?
Colder.
This is a lot colder than minus 5.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know if Jane Bunn's getting on the
because I wasn't dying at minus 5, but I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm
gone.
So yeah, and people used to in a rush would bloody wash their hair and go out. You go down the bus stop, pitch black, fucking
freezing.
Snow, and your hair, and I had long hair at the time, your ponytail would be wet, and it would freeze like a fucking popsicle. And a guy once walked up to a girl and snapped her hair off, snapped her ponytail off, and that's why everyone used to say, "Oh mate, you've got to blow dry your hair before you put it back," because people just snap your hair off. So, and I imagine with the dreadies, you could really snap a dreadie off.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were feral. I had to wash them though because they had brick dust in them every day. Yeah, they were feral. I could have lived up in Byron Bay or under a bridge. Yeah. Anyway, so back into it, and I'm not really getting to the actual point of what happened Saturday.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder where it's going, but you're chatting with Rosie.
I'm chatting with Rosie, and maybe we'll go to something after this because this is just more of a bit of a feel-good story.
Oh, good.
How I'm going to end this up. Something happened on Saturday night, but I don't want to drag on too much. So, having a real good chat with her, and it felt like we'd sort of we really connected deeply. We're like, oh, where are you living? I saw like through Facebook that I did a gig for a girl that he was seeing for a while, and so we're starting to bloody, he's talking about he's fly in, fly out, he does this, he does that.
Yeah.
We're talking about family, we're talking about life, we're talking about love, and having a really, really good chat to a few other guys and whatever. And by now I've sort of had 4 sort of mid strengths. I said I better start winding this up. Get back to my sister's joint.
Yep.
But I said, anyway, so he mentions, he goes, all right, so it's the 150th year. Let's see if we can get to a few blokes. They're going to have a big do in August in the club rooms there.
Yeah,
so let's see if we can get a few. We'll get that. I said, mate, I'll get on it, Rosie. They clearly aren't listening to you on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, the day the captaincy was taken off you, mate. You are the very reason, Rosie, why most clubs now have player-nominated captains. So you were a coach-nominated captain, and, the players, you weren't their captain.
If you do listen
to this.
No. If you do listen, Rosie, Tommy.
Look, we're having
around.
A bit of fun,
we're
Rosie.
Having a bit of fun.
Mate, Rosie, I was captain for 11 years, and I didn't have the respect of anyone at the club. So
no. No.
I'm with you, mate.
Yeah. So no.
Mind you, if I held a past players day, I reckon there'd be a few turn up.
Yeah. Well, it was. Well, there's more of that stuff coming.
Yep.
So I chatted to him. I drove to my sister's joint, and anyway, I texted him the next day. Said, "Mate, great to catch up last night. Have a few beers."
Yep.
He flicked us the date for the proper sort of past players thing, the actual luncheon, where the people said like the Port Melbourne, they put on some good luncheons.
Oh, it's great food.
Yeah.
Big steaks, nice wine, and tough gig. I've done it a couple of times. Big long room, and they're rowdy, but just good fun.
Yeah, well, I just want to go there and just booze and have a drink and maybe get because that's where I met Twiggy and Trickle Dick, and Twiggy. So I started chatting to Rosie about those two boys, and I said, I'll try
Did you
and get
meet them there?
Yeah, at Port Melbourne. We played 1 year together in 2002, and they're two
friends
of my best
for
mates.
life.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so and what I will say
Twiggy was playing for Port Melbourne.
Yeah, he played 1 year. He was in and out of the ones.
Did he piss anywhere?
No, he was mainly urinal.
Okay.
Yeah, but mate, he was in and out of the ones, but it
Was
was hard for him. Yeah,
I guess he's a big. He'd
played
be a
well.
good mark. I can imagine him floating across a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was in and out because they had all the bloody Sydney blokes dropping back.
Fuck,
and
you'd be
Trickle had a few injuries.
Fuck Sydney.
Yeah. See, yep. Yeah, so what I will end up saying, it would have been easy for me to just not even go there and just go too hard. I may not know any. I'll know the rows between two Thorns, but you know what? I'm fucking so glad I dropped down there. I had a great chat to Rosie. Hopefully I'll keep getting down there and even just touch base. So maybe the positive out of it is because it's very easy to just, someone will say, come down here, let's do this, catch up. And you go, I'm not going to know anyone. But just fucking do it sometimes.
Well, I think when you got so many friends when you're young, you got such a big group, and it really does just dwindle down because you just don't see people. Like I would say, if you don't communicate with someone for 5 years, maybe a decade, you say they're a friend, but that's someone that there's not a lot of contact there. It's someone you almost put them down in the column of someone you used to know, and now it dwindles down. But you know what? You can rekindle the fire.
You can rekindle the flame. And that's what...
flame, that's it.
I guess that's what... Maybe that's the positive to come out of this, as I said 5 seconds ago.
Yep. Get off your phone. Stop watching Netflix.
Or even maybe text someone who you haven't spoken to for a while. If they live in the area, I'll drop in and say g'day. But if someone asks you to do something, don't just sit on the couch and go fucking too hard.
Yep.
I won't know it. If it's a school reunion...
Do it.
That is tough or whatever, but just fucking go down.
Turn the telly off.
You
Put your pants back on. Pull your dick out of the fleshlight.
Wipe the peanut butter off. Get the dog off.
Yeah. Just as good as that is, get out. I didn't get invited to our family reunion, our school reunion.
Yeah, is it because you egged the DJ?
No, probably worse than that in the bloody our muck-up day. Yeah. Wasn't allowed to go to our graduation.
Yeah, we fucked our muck-up day as well. But,
I fucked shit right up on our muck-up day.
What'd you do? I think
probably don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, we won't talk. Maybe it's a Patreon episode. It's a Patreon episode. But,
it's not my proudest moment. But,
I know Mickey Donahue, who big Bandito.
Great guy.
And he's got the Journey apparel. His whole thing with Journey is about, talking about your feelings and touching base with people. And, that's what I'll say from that. Just something pops up and go, I mean, sure, if you got kids, you got family, you can't get out. But sometimes you just got to make an effort and you never know what's going to happen. So next time you go to a pizza shop, ask the lady serving you. It's your Mother's Day and see what happens.
Yes, it's a story of two bloody... Could have gone either way because you ask someone their Mother's Day was, and it's one of the most depressing things ever.
Yeah.
And you answer a bloody message to Rosie, and it's a fucking feel-good story. So I think, I don't know where you're going with this, but...
No, well, I was meant to be going into something else, but I won't do that now.
Yeah.
No, I'll mention that on another episode, because I've hogged, and I don't know whether that was good or bad.
No, it was good. It was a nice
Yeah.
story. And Rosie, if you listen, thanks for listening. I was only taking the piss, mate.
I'll stay in touch, mate.
Yeah, you're a good man, Rosie, and
Yeah.
congratulations on keeping your spot in the ones despite all those fucking Swans players coming down.
Yeah, you did well.
Evan certainly couldn't.
No, I couldn't get near it, mate. Coach hated me.
Had to piss in public to get his name in the fucking Herald Sun.
That's all I had to do, mate. So, yeah. Have you got a little teaser? Or
I got a little, this is something I was going to say on the...
Yeah. How are we looking? Did you want to... Because we're at about 44. Did you want to do a little Patreon?
I might as well do this one anyhow, do you think?
Yeah, may as well.
They
enjoy the hour episodes.
They do, and if we don't give an hour, a couple of mates get knackered. I've got a little fart too.
Ah, nice.
Here we go. Hang on, 2 secs.
A little fart. Jesus Christ.
It's a problem with these big fucking spongy things on the...
You keep that.
Oh. Because the fart sort of sticks in the spongy thing on the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a fart trap.
Yep.
Oh, yuck.
That's that pasta.
No, that wouldn't have come out yet. I had
what'd you have over the week? What'd you eat on the way home from your gig?
I had a bit of not bad food. Took a whole pizza home. They ordered too many pizzas, so I took a whole fucking pizza home. That's a good feeling.
That's good feeling.
When you're heading home and you got a full pizza sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah, just belt it in.
That's a good night.
That's a good night.
Good night
mate.
out.
Just chomping down on a Supreme on the freeway.
On the highway.
Yeah.
Got fucking oil all over your hands.
Oh, is there anything worse than eating a pizza and driving?
Oh, no, eating fucking KFC.
KFC's bad.
It's like you've, what's that shit you put on cars, dashboard and shit? It's an actual product.
Clean. It sticks, doesn't it?
No, it's oil sort of shit.
Like
wax. Nah, fuck. It's
upholstery cleaner.
Yeah, but it's like it's something you put on there on the steering wheel on the dash to sort of make.
Yeah, I know what you mean. What's it called?
It's like a
steering wheel cleaner.
Is there a turtle on it?
Yeah, turtle wax.
That's not it.
No. Anyway, we'll come back to it.
Fuck me,
yeah, what are you
swinging. Anyway, so this one, I was going to tell this on the live pod.
Oh, yeah.
But it actually got hijacked by a fucking mental case called Moon Man, who was, we realised pretty quick that this isn't about us. No. So, anyway, so this happened a little while ago. My son's got a little, we're all upstairs. But my oldest son, he's moved downstairs. He's downstairs. There's a toilet downstairs.
Wait, sleeping?
Yeah, he sleeps downstairs.
Whereabouts?
In the front room.
In the front room?
Yeah.
The old good Banter HQ.
The old good Banter HQ, yeah.
Yeah, right. So he's
moved in.
All right. So did he have his own room upstairs?
No. He was in the bunk.
All right. So is he scared? Like that's the first port of call for someone who's going to break in.
Yeah, we haven't told him that.
Yeah, don't tell him that. Don't tell him
well,
that.
He probably will be scared.
Yeah.
That's why we put him down there. I've had a few break-ins in the area, and you can get fucked if I'm dealing with that. So he's probably my least favourite of the three, so we popped him in the front room.
Was it his call?
Oh, yeah, he was desperate too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Getting pissed on.
Yes.
Boys.
Yeah. Sick of being in the top bunk and it shaking around while I rub one out in the bottom bunk. No.
No.
No, it was, he'd had enough of the bunk bed. So he's got his own room and so he uses that toilet. We prefer him not to shower down there, shower upstairs.
Why's that?
That's the one the visitors go to and
okay.
May as well keep that bathroom as
pristine.
Clean as possible. Yeah.
They love that.
But every now and again he drops a big Boris Major in the downstairs toilet. And I tell you what, beautiful kid, but boy, oh boy, can he do a shit. It's, I popped in there, Tam and I smelt something. We're like, what's that smell? and it was it just smelled like someone had just taken a shit in the living room. And I was like, we're like, Elsie, is Elsie a shit? Elsie being the dog, Elsie our cleaner.
Yep.
So is Elsie shit in the kitchen again? We've got to get a new cleaner. So I haven't told you this story, have I?
No, you've teased it.
Yeah.
It.
So
you said you were going to tell it at the live pod.
So walking around. What's that smell? Anyway, eventually I go, I'll have a look in the toilet.
Well, that's probably where you'd look first.
Well, I thought that's the last place you look for a shit because that's where shits go to disappear.
Well, that's true, but I reckon I find kids with their flushing, it's always they never give it the full heave ho. I reckon they get a bit. They don't.
Yeah, it's a good
push
point.
It properly.
Anyway, so I've looked in and. Lordy B, the biggest shit you have ever seen, just sitting in the toilet, like
Is there
up high.
anything more confronting
Oh.
than a human shit? I mean, that's where it's meant to be. But when it's not flushed, you go, holy hell, what is this?
Oh. I remember once as a kid, and this is something I still think about quite a bit. I was running home from school, so I reckon it must have been primary school. And, well, I lived just near right near the primary school. We were 100 metres away.
Oh, that's good.
And I was just busting for shit. Like, walking like a bloody Egyptian and fucking just shit dripping down the back of my leg and just busting.
Yeah.
Ran down the side of the house, couldn't get in any of the doors and just shit myself in the backyard. So, and I got all my shit and
So it's in your undies.
Oh, it's shit in my
down the
undies.
leg.
Oh, it's a massive shit in my undies. And so I got changed because you used to be able to get through. We used to have an open fireplace and we had the wood, the bit you put the wood in next to it, which had a door going to outside. And that was a way you could always get in. But I couldn't get in there when my guts all cramped, needing a shit. So anyway, I got all this
Plus
shit.
the fire was on.
No, you wouldn't go through the fire. Yeah.
Still would have got hot though, surely.
Sorry?
Would have got hot though.
No, it was completely separate.
Oh, separate, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so I got all my shitty jocks and shorts, and I just I opened up the bin. The bin was full, but I just chucked it on top. And this is just the kids just not thinking. And I just dumped it on top, put the lid on, and I remember Mum came into my bedroom and she goes, Tom, I realise it's embarrassing to poo your pants, but that was one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. Because she just going, what's that smell? Pulled the lid up. There's just human shit on top. But anyway, so I digress. Anyway, so the biggest dump you've ever seen. And I was like,
that must have hurt.
I was like, mate, I'm 46. I've never done a shit as big as this.
Really?
It was like he'd somehow got a horse in there and got the horse to sit on the shitter. I was walking around looking for fucking Far Lap. Like it was,
Please, Dad.
it smelled like it. So the biggest shit. Anyway, so.
Was there, because sometimes I've done ones where you go, that hurts. Sometimes if you're a little bit constipated and you squeeze one out there. Was there a scream? Did you hear a scream? Or
no, maybe at that age. That age.
Yeah, maybe they're a bit softer.
More flexible at that age. Well, it doesn't matter how soft it is. The size is the size. It's not like a shit. A shit's not like shaving cream. It doesn't come out and expand.
No, it's not like Sally's gap filler.
No. It's not like you do this little shit and then it just
expands.
Yeah, like a shit is a shit. If I would think the width of a shit is how wide your anus has opened up.
I have watched some movies. Yeah, the anus can expand a bit.
Yeah, it's got a bit of wriggle room.
It's got a
bit of wriggle room.
You can fit a few things in an asshole.
So it's a big dump. And so I'm looking at it and just going, Jesus. So I said, mate.
He's sitting on a donut.
I said,
I can't walk that.
He wheels in his wheelchair. Yeah, Dad.
I can't feel anything from the waist down. He's fucking Stephen Hawking.
So,
Christopher Reeve. He's moving better than him.
So I've gone, mate, you gotta flush your shits down, mate. And he goes, I've tried gone to flush it 3 times and it won't flush.
Jesus.
I said, are you serious?
Is that the full flush or was he
pressing
pressing the
full
half
flush?
flush?
There needs to be a third button. for
tsunami.
Yeah, for bloody horse shit. So I've said, like, I'm 46. I've never done a shit so big you couldn't flush it.
I've had some where you've had to let them disintegrate a bit.
Yeah. So anyway, I've
been sitting there for 3 days though.
so I said, all right, mate, surely. So I've pressed flush.
It's just looking back at you, go.
Yeah. Nice
Is that all you got,
yeah.
Jim?
So it was so blocked that
the water's coming
water
up.
went up.
Is there
to
toilet
the top.
paper in there?
No, I don't
No,
think
maybe that disintegrated.
No, that sort of got sucked in under the poo.
Sucked in, yeah.
So that it's,
And sorry, guys, it's very graphic.
Ah.
You know?
Well, I think it's good that we put this one at the end of that.
Yeah. The positive story by, let's see if it ends up positive.
I don't think it's heading down a positive. Right. If you're listening to this thinking, oh, I'm looking for this feel-good finish, it's, maybe find yourself another pod.
No, it's still in a wheelchair.
So, anyway, so it's real. Like the water comes right up.
That's
There's
scary.
shit floating
That's
around.
scary.
It goes back down again. All the shit's still there. And I was like, bloody hell.
What are you eating?
Yeah.
Asbestos?
It's actually eating actual shit. So I've just thought, and I tried it again, up,
He's
again,
right.
3 times. So we're now up to
Jesus.
6 flushes, can't get this Boris Major down. So I thought, I'm going to have to get a fucking stick and break this thing up. And so I've gone
Elsie,
out.
don't chase that one.
I've gone out. I've got this stick that I had in the garage. Sort of like, you put in your garden, you get
That shows how much you love your kids.
Yeah, and I'm there so I'm sort of hacking away.
What texture did it have? Was it hard?
Oh, hard as a cat's head.
He's got to eat more veggies, I think. Fruit?
I think he's eating actual cat's heads. So anyway, I'm bloody bashing this, and I've mashed this thing right up. So it looks like a bloody beef stroganoff. So I've mashed it right up. There we go. Flush it again. It still didn't flush. The water up again.
Oh, I think it's caught in the S bend.
And I thought, I'm going to have to get this shit out.
Yeah.
Like something's happened.
Oof. You have to call Kenny.
I'm going to have to call Kenny. So I'm getting in the stick, and then I feel something. Something at the bottom.
It's a tampon.
No, not a tampon. So I've gone in with the he doesn't get his period yet.
No, I thought maybe. Tam doesn't use that at all. Sorry, Tam.
So I've gone in, and something's fucking at the bottom, but I can't really see because it's just this muddy shit water. So I've got in, what did I get? I got, the fucking giant long barbecue tongs.
He's tried to. Did he use the barbecue tongs?
To what? No,
you got the barbecue.
I got the
thought
barbecue
they were
tongs.
jammed in there.
No.
You've got
I thought the barbecue tongs were. I would have seen that, surely.
Well, I'm going.
No, the big long, 1/2 meter barbecue tongs. You know the big long ones.
Yeah. So you sacrifice them.
Yeah. So if you come around to our joint, don't have the snacks.
Don't have a sausage.
So I'm in there with the bloody barbecue tongs.
This is getting full on.
Something's in there. I pulled it out. Guess what it is?
He-Man.
He-Man. No. Elsie's fucking ball.
Oh.
So Elsie
has dropped the ball.
Thought it'd be funny to drop the ball in.
Well, I don't think she thought it was going to be funny.
Well, why would? Anyway, she put the ball in there. Noah hasn't seen it. Taken a dump on the ball. Ball's
gone.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, Flash sucked it into the bloody S-bend.
Yeah. So now I'm digging away. By this time, it's dark outside. It's pitch black. Because I'm about an hour and a half into into trying to work out what the fucking operation shit. So, and this last bit, it's going to sound like I made it up.
All right.
It's going to sound like I made it up.
Okay.
And I actually told this story on another podcast, and I left this bit out because it sounds like when you write a joke,
you make it ridiculous.
You make it ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
So I've pulled the fucking ball. So I'm standing there. It's dark. It's about 7:00 at night. I've got a ball covered in shit.
So what I would do, I'd sort of put it under the water, and flush it again, try to get some of the shit off it. Are you doing that?
Actually, I think I did. I think I flushed it, got the shit in the big spatula, sort of dipping it around. It's still not great.
It's not good.
It's still been, pretty much covered in shit.
Yep.
So, sure enough, water goes down. It's fixed. I've gone outside with the shitty ball.
Yep.
And this isn't great, but I didn't want this ball anywhere near my house. So I went out the front and just fucking launched it down the street. And just hope it'd just disappear and never be seen again. So I've got I'm doing the tongs. Not easy to throw with tongs.
No,
you've got
to let go at the right
exact time.
Otherwise, you've got shit in
So
your
I've
head.
done that. It didn't get the throw I wanted, but still not bad. Down the street. Walked back inside. Looked at my foot. I'd stepped on shit out in the front. Not a word of a lie. And I had stomped shit into the front of the house.
Noah.
I was like...
You didn't have to do it out there.
Did you shit on the front lawn as well? No, that was Elsie's. And it was just like...
Oh.
I'm like, I've worked...
No one's posting this on Instagram. Everyone posts these perfect lives.
Life's perfect.
Post this. This is real life. You cannot...
I'd worked all day. Got up at probably 5:30 a.m, gone to work, come home. Remember the old days? Dave O'Neill talks about it. You'd come home, your
dad would sit down in a chair.
Mum would get him a beer. The kids would bring him the paper. They'd put the news on. No one would talk to him. He'd just do his own thing. He could watch whatever he wanted. Oh, here you go, Dale. The bloody meat and 3 veg would be served up.
Yeah, maybe give him a blowjob.
Yep. Kids go upstairs for a bit. Daddy looks a bit stressed.
Yep.
And now you walk through the door after a hard day's work and you're bloody trying to get shit out of a toilet for an hour and a half.
You don't.
Where did we go wrong? Did we abuse it?
Well, I reckon maybe Elsie's ball might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, Elsie's ball. Yeah, so now we've got to keep the lid down. That's
but you must have been going, why is this not going down?
I was like, is this some sort of super shit or something?
Jesus. Even Noah, the poor kid, he'd be scared to do a shit anymore. He can't flush it.
No, he hasn't eaten since.
No.
So, yeah, there's a little something for you.
That's good.
I don't know if it's a happy ending or... No, that's not a happy ending at all.
No.
But,
and then you got to clean dog shit up from the house, wipe that up.
Which is never great.
Ugh, how far in did you get until you realised?
Oh, probably only 3 steps.
No, that's not too bad.
I remember once, me and my mate Richo, worst hangover ever. We used to, every Sunday, me and him would go down the beach, hungover as hell, every Sunday, buy a 6-pack of UDL each.
Yep.
UDLs. We'd go and drink the 6-pack of
Where were you living?
UDLs in St Kilda.
Yep.
We'd walk down the beach, 6-pack of UDLs down the beach, and then do a pub crawl all the way home. Every Sunday.
Yep.
It was a great lifestyle.
I wonder why my memory's fucked.
Well, we did it for a couple of years. We did it for a long time. It was just we had some fun. And we'd always get home and Mondays at work were a living hell. We'd always get way more piss than we planned. And I remember once we weren't going to do it. We said, let's just go down, we'll get a burger and we won't get on the piss. And it was hot as hell. We had our thongs on. We're walking along and we were hungover and I can't remember. I think it was me. Maybe it was Richo. It was a long time ago.
Throw him under the bus.
He just goes, and he looked down. He had his thongs, and he'd stepped in the biggest shit, and it was all in his thongs.
Oozing.
And we just said, let's just get a couple of 6-pack
on the
UDLs. Yeah. So we did, yeah. That's sort of. I know we went and rinsed it off and down the beach, and because we said, let's go down the beach, rinse that off. May as well grab a couple of 6-packs of UDLs.
Clearly,
trip down.
this new health kick of just getting
it's
a burger is not working.
It's not working. This new lifestyle is not working for us.
No.
So there you go. There's a little something.
Good stuff. That's great, mate. That's great.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, and good luck, Noah. I hope you get out of that wheelchair and things, go a bit better for you.
But I think maybe look back, the poo just looked bigger because it had a ball under it.
Yeah, that's right. Sticking out.
And because it's
like a periscope.
Because it was
sticking out of the
blocking
water.
a toilet. You're thinking, geez, this thing must be
huge.
Huge, but a lot of it was ball.
Ball.
Yeah.
So, good story. That's a good story.
Yeah,
it was a roller coaster this week, but it was good.
Yeah, it adds it ups and downs.
Yeah, that's it. But, hey, once again, jump on the Patreon. Get on the Patreon.
Yeah, got to get on it.
Things are cooking over there. So, things are good. Jump on the Instagram, do all that. Follow Tom Siegert and Evan Hocking on
the
Instagram,
socials.
On
yeah.
the socials. And anything else to mention?
Nah, I reckon that's it. I'm over in Perth at the moment, so if you see me around, say hi to me. And, yeah.
I'm floating. Where am I? Floating around. What am I doing? No, I can't work it out.
It's tough.
Work it out. It's tough.
Too
tough.
tough.
But, yeah, thanks for listening. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we do.
It's another episode of Good Banter. Good banter.
That's a good thing.